What's up, YouTube and Ites? Welcome to Lords of the Long Box presents the Cover Price Top 10 for the week ending May 29th. Man, somebody had pointed out to me the other day, they're like, we're 5 months away from Halloween. I was like, holy cow.
Damn, don't even.
I wish we could just skip right to Halloween. I don't need to deal with the summer months. But why
Speak
you guys
for yourself, man. Speak for yourself.
Oh,
Us
yeah, that's because you
Midwesterners need that summertime. You selfish bastard.
Hell yeah, man.
We just feel like that all the time. Sorry, man. All right, while you guys are congregating, why don't you play something in the live chat for you guys? Just kick back, relax. Let me give you some, I'm going to give you some DJ Jordan Lee. You know what? Why not? You know what I haven't played in a long time? Shit, might as well. Say the word. What's good, everybody? Welcome to Lords of the Long Box presents the Cover Price Top 10. Next time, I'm going to play the long intro for Beastie Boys. I've never seen Make Some Noise where it has all the actors in it, like Seth Rogen, Elijah Wood. It's one of the craziest music videos you'll ever see, but peep it out. It's called Beastie Boys Make Some Noise. It's like a long video, like 10 minutes long. But shout out to everybody in the live chat. We're going to go and cover half this list is... kind of the same, but there's some other new stuff on here that'll be like, you'll be like, yo, what is that and why is it on here? Just show us sponsored by our friends over at CovrPrice for your price guides, collections, and trends. This is your top 10 list, the movers and shakers that we do every Sunday or Thursday at 6 p.m. Also, our friends at Key Collectible Comics, facebook.com, instagram.com/Key Collectibles for all your pressing, submission, and facilitating needs. Once again, this is the Cover Price Top 10 of the week. Let me throw up my handy dandy graphic. I don't have it, but let's get right to it. As always, there's usually a one that doesn't quite break the top 10, but it's worth an honorable mention. What is this week's runner-up?
Well, this is a fun one. Mullet Cop #1 from Scout. This is from a year ago, and last week Scout released a press release announcing that they have partnered with screenwriter James Butler to develop Tom Lintern's post-apocalyptic sci-fi comedy Mullet Cop as an animated series. Why the hell not? Kevin Biggins is attached as showrunner, and Adriel Garcia will direct. This news caused an uptick in sales. The price this week, as we tracked 35 copies sold, a 7-day uptick of 221%. I'm sorry, 212%. And a high sale of $20 for a raw copy.
This should be Danny McBride should be casted as
Perfect, right?
Agreed.
Yo,
agreed.
This looks like Eastbound and Down with guns.
That is one of my favorite shows of all time, dude. If you've never seen Eastbound and Down, oh my god,
yeah,
that is
best.
one of the
La
best.
Flama Blanca. Hell yeah. Dude.
Oh, the scene with what's his name, Will Ferrell as the car dealer. Oh my god, that is hilarious. But
Ashley, what's his name? Ashley something. That's his name.
Yeah. Oh my god. But he looks like Ric Flair, basically, is what he looks like, and it's absolutely hilarious. So yeah, Mullet Cop #1. Why not? It's 2022, so that's your runner-up. Let's get right to it. What do we have for number 10?
Number 10, we got Catwoman. Number 43, the Sozo Mayaki 1 in 25 variant. So Selena Kyle and Harley Quinn make for quite the pair, depicted beautifully on this Sozo Mayaki 1 in 25 cover. This variant sums up the book's content, a story of much-needed girls' night out for Catwoman after her defeat of Black Mask. Sozo Mayaki's Catwoman variant continues to be hot after month, with fans quick to hit the aftermarket as local LCSs have been stripped. They're paying the price for missing out on this book continues to climb into the stratosphere. We tracked 14 copies sold at a 7-day trend of 227%. High sale, $438 for near mint raw copy after a 25 bid auction. God damn. Wow, keep in mind that most copies are selling for around $240. That's some FOMO right there.
Oh man, but
wow,
yeah.
it's bananas.
How many 1 in 25 variants does DC even do? I mean, they don't really, go all out like Marvel does. So, and in real life, her name is Micah Souza. So she just like transposed her names to just give herself like an artist name. At first, I thought she was Japanese, but she's actually originally from Africa, but now in the stateside. But beautiful art. So, Catwoman number 43 continues to chug along. My God, near mint raw dog for $438. Oh my goodness. Okay, whatever, man. Whatever. Float your boat, guys, boys and girls. So Catwoman number 43. Make sure you check out the Gotham Knights trailer that just dropped if you're excited for DC shows. I don't know what to tell you, man. All right, number 10 on the list is Catwoman number 43. All right, what do we got up next? Returning champion.
Oh, yeah, sensational She-Hulk, #1 from 1989. So while many are chasing She-Hulk's first appearance, the meta-aware and third wall-breaking first issue of her second series has garnered much interest. She-Hulk finds her specific tone and style in this series and is carried over through her numerous comic book series and provided inspiration for her Disney Plus series as well. Last week, we tracked 40 copies, had a 7-day uptrend of 86%, and had a high sale of $260 for a CGC 9.8.
Yep. Classic John Byrne cover. So like I said on last week's show, they've released some stills about that look like the CGI has been touched up, because every time you see a trailer, trust me, these shows, they work on the special effects CGI. I mean, literally like a week before it's been released. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's changing more, but you don't want to change it too much where you don't even recognize the actress that's playing her, right? I mean, they did it pretty damn well with Mark Ruffalo's Hulk, right, where you see him in his face, but this ain't the Avengers, so it's it's still
and she's not Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah, even though, so I mean, it's Disney Plus money, but it still ain't the same as Avengers money, when they put on the big screen. So, Sensational She-Hulk, #1 from 1989, classic John Byrne. All right, what do we got for number 8?
Number 8 this week, Thor, God of Thunder, #2. This is, of course, back once again in the top 10, and it's Gore's first appearance. It reclaims a spot in the top 10 as fans finally see Christian Bale's God Butcher. And some of the community are less than thrilled, but fans remain faithful in Bale's ability to bring this terrifying and nuanced character to the big screen. We tracked 40 copies sold. It had a 7-day uptick of 95%, and it had a high sale of $500 for a CGC 9.8. I think that Christian Bale's ego got in the way of the makeup on this one. That's my personal opinion.
The same goes for what I said above. They haven't finished the special effects. I'm pretty sure they're gonna add on more CGI. I'm pretty sure as he gets more powered up, you're gonna see. But you don't hire an actor of his caliber without. Even Thanos looked a little bit like what's his nuts?
Brolin.
Yeah, even Thanos kind of looked like Brolin. You remember there was a totally different actor in the first few cameos that Thanos did, and then Josh Brolin became Josh Brolin, right? And then Brolin got cast, and then they had to do the CG so it looked more like him. So I'm pretty sure.
I just mean the nose. I just mean the nose. That's all. It's the comic book version. Doesn't have. He looks more.
He looks pretty. I don't know, man. He looks pretty terrifying in the few scenes that they did show for
it. Looks cool.
So, yeah, destroying the whole planet, or moon, or whatever the hell it was with the Necro Sword. All that crazy spec with Necro Sword and Null and all that crazy stuff, but. Thor, God of Thunder, #2 from 2012, a 9.8 for $500. That's it. Yeah. I think the variants are going for more, but we shall see. So, what do we got for #7?
So, following that same theme, we've got Thor, God of Thunder, #1. So, key books in a storied run tend to get a bump when adaptations make their way to the big screen, and this book is no different. The first mention of Gore the God Butcher goes hand in hand with his first appearance in the previous book on this top 10. The excitement for Bale's depiction of Gore is palpable, as he has a tremendous amount of excellent source material to choose from. After the latest Thor trailer, Gore remains on the brain as collectors continue to pick up books he is featured or mentioned in. We tracked 26 copies sold, 7-day trend of 147%, and a high sale of $155 for a CGC 9.8.
Good. I'm good to see this getting some love because this is a freaking awesome run by Jason Aaron, man. You got to read the whole thing. It is. I mean, just some of the images they showed in the trailer already literally from page to screen. To be awesome the way they do it. And obviously, they change it up for the MCU, but for so far so good, man. So Jane Foster looking ripped. You know what I'm saying? Can't wait. Yeah, and it's gonna be like in a month or two, I think, right? It's the shortest release window ever between two films, I think, in the MCU. For Into the Multiverse of Madness, into Thor: The God of Thunder. So it's gonna be crazy. And just wait till they just announce Disney Plus Day.
Yeah,
leading into D23. I am 90% confident that Marvel doesn't show up at Hall H this year at San Diego Comic-Con because they had Star Wars Celebration that showed Indiana Jones and Willow along with all the Star Wars stuff, and now they're going to have Disney Plus Day and D23. Disney Plus Day obviously is for stuff on Disney Plus, but D23 is a celebration of all things Disney, so they can release anything. And really, Kevin Feige has proved in passing, he doesn't need Hall H to be able to throw his stuff up there, and they haven't announced anything for Hall H. I'd be surprised if they do. They got all this stuff that under their own in Anaheim. Anaheim is bumping this year. Star Wars Celebration, WonderCon, and now D23. Good Lord have mercy. Save your dollar arrows. All right. So #7 on the list is Thor: God of Thunder. #1, CGC 9.8, 155. Interesting. All right. Here's another one.
Yeah, back with another She-Hulk book, Savage She-Hulk #1 from Marvel 1980. So after the recent full trailer and then the fixed version that we got of She-Hulk series from Disney Plus, this book has finally picked up the speed it deserves. Disney appeared to take notes from the production of Sonic, tweaking some CGI and watching a large majority of detractors fade away. Mm-hmm. We tracked 43 copies last week, a 7-day uptrend of 95%, and had a high sale for CGC 9.8 of $919.
Yep. Also, I think the last really series that Stan Lee wrote, so it does hold some historical significance, for the collecting community. It's still 9.8 for $919. It'll be a $1,000 book before it's all said and done. Savage She-Hulk is not one and done.
I sold my 9.8 for way less than $900.
You made some money out of it, right?
There's so much regret in your voice.
Yeah, I made money on it, but oh man.
So much regret.
He always sounds. He always speaks like that.
Come on, man! I have not had a good track record with.
We should do a top 10.
I should not be in this hobby.
There should be a top 10 losses of Ryan that we should.
Oh my god! You know what? Let's do it.
We should all do it. I'll talk about my. I don't even talk about it. But anyway, speaking of regret, if you're tired of paying 10-15% and being regret for paying all those costs, join the My Slabs Revolution and join the 1% Revolution. Something along those lines. But just peep out the clip; they'll tell you.
The platform designed by collectors for collectors just got even better. MySlabs.com is proud to now feature dedicated sections for both raw cards and raw comic books. Browse over 100,000 slab collectibles, authenticated by the industry's most trusted grading companies. Then check out a massive selection of sealed wax and now raw singles and raw lots. Join a passionate, no-nonsense community of nearly 50,000 members and enjoy some of the best buyer and seller protection in the business. And as always, MySlabs offers one of the most disruptive pricing models in the hobby, with seller fees as low as only 1%. So the next time you're forced to pay 10%, 20%, or more to sell something from your collection, head over to MySlabs.com, the low-fee marketplace, by collectors, for collectors.
Yeah, I wonder if they're gonna start doing VHS as well. My lady still has all her original Disney VHSs when they were released. Getting an echo again from somebody. All right.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'm not hearing an echo.
Oh, really?
No, yeah. Sounds good over here.
All good.
All right. I'm just tripping then. All right, so number 6 on the list, Savage She-Hulk. Number 1, what do we got for number 5?
Number 5, Go Speed Racer. This is Speed Racer number 1 from 1987. And Speed Racer, The Demon on Wheels, is reportedly receiving a TV series adaptation. Per The Hollywood Reporter, J.J. Abrams' production company, Bad Robot, is set to produce the series, which aims to get back to the character's roots. Speed is beloved, first appearing in manga form way back in 1967, followed directly by an animated version in Japan and later America. This first ongoing comic book adaptation of the manga is being snagged up quickly as news hit social media, with fans eager to get the taste of 2008 Speed Racer film out of their mouths. The community has strong opinions on J.J. Abrams, but one thing he has is a solid track record of bringing nostalgia to life on the big and small screen with varying degrees of success. We tracked 19 copies sold. It had a 7-day uptick of 226%, and it had a high sale of $60 for a CGC 9.8, or I'm sorry, a CGC 9.0.
Yeah, this was my stilo when I was a kid, man. I used to watch the Speed Racer cartoons.
Oh, hell yeah.
And you remember the other dude that was like his like
Racer
kinda
X?
buddy? Racer X, yes. Racer X was dope. And then they had it in that really trippy movie. Do you remember that trippy movie that was really just like all CG?
Oh, yeah.
When it came out, oh my God. And Racer X was in that one too, but Racer X was my dude, man, when he came on there. And it was just crazy how like the car would just like do all kinds of crazy stuff. But it's amazing how J.J. Abrams supposedly signed a contract to do stuff for DC. We haven't heard anything yet. Like, I don't know what Bad Robot is doing, but I'm down for Speed Racer. I had to watch the movie again before I say it's a bad movie, but it's interesting nonetheless to say the Speed Racer.
I think it
film.
didn't have like a lot of that like kind of Scott Pilgrim vibe, like really kind of cartoony, but
it
like,
was
Yeah.
all cartoony. It was like 100% CGI. Yeah. So
Emil Hirsch was the played
exactly.
that, huh?
Yeah, Emil Hirsch. Yeah. I mean, remember the Speed Racer? Go Speed Racer.
Yeah.
Speed Racer. Anyway. Number 5 on the list is Speed Racer number 1. That's not the first appearance. Just give you a hint what I'm talking about. But anyway, what do we got for number 4?
Well, we got another Thor book. We've got Thor number 1 from 2014. So this is the first cover appearance of Jane Foster as Thor. Has been a repeat resident of our top 10 over the past weeks. With the first full trailer of Thor Love and Thunder finally dropping, it's easy to see why fans steadily pick this book up. Tracked 45 copies sold, 7-day trend of 108%, and a high sale of $325 for CGC 9.8, and a raw fair market value of $98.
Yeah, man. I mean, there's some obviously there's some variants for this to go by, but this was a pretty darn high print run when it came out. It was, remember all the rage when people were talking about it. I mean, and the cover is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, this, like I said, I can't set how much Jason Aaron is such a dope writer for Marvel, doing all the things that he did for Thor, and then Thor God of Thunder, then the one story where he talks about future Thor, present Thor, King Thor. That
so
one's
good.
a great
So
storyline
good.
too. But
I
this
hope
one is
they do that.
Yeah, this one's kind of tragic. When you, I think what future King Thor, is it Future Thor or King Thor where he has his 3 daughters?
He's old point.
Yeah, Ryan turned robot.
Zach knows better than anyone. Zach's the Marvel guy.
Yeah, it was in the Thor: God of Thunder. Basically, Galactus comes to like a barren Earth, and it's like a future King Thor fights Galactus, and his three daughters are there to help him fight. It's freaking epic what Jason Aaron did. And speaking of Marvel, Joe Quesada is stepping down. He's leaving Marvel after what 20 some odd years. I would say he did a pretty good job of really creating a lot of new characters, kind of steering the ship, but I wonder where Joe Quesada is going. Do you think maybe heading over to DC after a whole shakeup with, they're doing with Discovery? I mean, I doubt. I mean, I think Jim Lee's job is pretty secure, but I know Joe Quesada's got a pretty good record, so I could imagine, maybe Jim Lee poaching Quesada to maybe help steer the DC ship, to make some new stuff. I mean, they tried it with what's his nuts? The guy that did Guardians of the Galaxy? Michael Bendis.
Oh, Bendis.
Michael Bendis.
I don't think Bendis did that well.
Dude, Bendis' Guardians run was horrible, just like his Moon Knight run.
Yeah, well, he also did Jessica Jones and everything, but then he came over and he did Naomi, right? Was he the writer on Naomi?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Rest in peace, Naomi. We barely even knew you.
We barely knew you.
But hey, you got Gotham Knights to look out for. So I just go on to YouTube and search for the Gotham Knights trailer. It's not what you expected, and it's everything you expected from a CW show in the good and bad ways. If you remember the CW from 10, 15 years ago, it's that kind of
Smallville.
Show. Like the 100 or whatever, everything that's supernatural.
Like the first 4 seasons of Smallville, where it's like
everything that's
whiny,
supernatural wasn't
angst.
basically. Yeah, it's very teen angsty. Yeah. So,
all right. Well, you know what? Hey, sometimes they don't make it for us, right?
Yeah, it's something for everybody, right? I mean, this is for because if you think about all the Legends of Tomorrow and Arrow were more probably young adult. Ish. This seems to be maybe young adultish, teenish, like the 100 or whatever the other show. That CW kind of has hung its hat on that. I mean, even Stargirl, right, which is good, by the way, is geared toward a younger audience, but it's well done. So sometimes you can gear for a younger audience, and all audiences will enjoy.
I just want to make a comment, John Longshot. Yes, Smallville did rock. I loved it. The first 4 seasons was whiny bullshit.
Yeah, it was just a villain, like a meteor.
But after he got out of high school, it was awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, with the guy that played what's his name? Anyway, all right. So if we go from Thor #1 to the first Latino superhero ever.
Number 3, we got Infinite Crisis #5. This is the Jim Lee cover from 2006. So Blue Beetle has been around in some form or another since 1939 in comic books. The most recent and arguably most popular is Jaime Reyes becoming Blue Beetle in this issue for the first time. Recent set photos of DC's Blue Beetle set to release in 2023 have been making waves across social media. Sholo Maridueña of the Cobra Kai fame depicts the character in this incredible comic book accurate costume ripped straight from this cover. Of course, fans have been fired up after they got their first glimpse during last year's DC fandom. With DC's film and TV future quite murky right now, fans are really feeling the temptation to be putting down, hoping DC will get them out of the Marvel playbook and have some success depicting such an incredible lesser-known character. So last week tracked 30 sales with a 7-day uptrend of 168% and had a high sale of CGC 9.8, $400. Time to send in my copies.
I gotta say, I was impressed by the set photos. Very comic book accurate. There's some characters you could do that with. Like, I don't need to see a comic accurate Booster Gold. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's some characters are just silly looking, and I'm gonna try to help Justin out with that pronunciation, even though it's pretty difficult. XOLO, I'm gonna say Cholo Maridueña. Since it's one of those like Sochi, those names that start with an XO. Anyway, his XOLO. So I'm gonna go Solo or Cholo.
No, I'm correct.
All right, whatever it is, it's a very interesting name. Very indigenous Mexican name is the best way you can put it.
Aztecian.
Yes, like Xochitl Gomez or Tenochtitlan or one of those things. We're getting deep into the weeds now. History, boys and girls. All right, so number 3, Infinite Crisis #5. What do we got for number 2? I told you this would be back.
Numero 2 is the Countdown presents The Search for Ray Palmer, Superwoman, Batwoman #1. This is from 2007. And DC and Warner Brothers came out swinging this week, pushing the market for some lesser-known characters. Per Variety, comedian Leslie Jones has been selected to portray Plastic Woman, who first appeared in this gender-swapped book in an upcoming DC animated adult comedy. With the success of Harley Quinn animated show, DC is looking to replicate that momentum with Plastic Woman. They dug deep, but that hasn't stopped fans from picking up her first appearance. We tracked 31 copies sold this week. It had a 7-day uptick of 178%, and it had a high sale of $155.90 for a CGC 9.8.
So wait, we're getting a animated Plastic Woman
Yes.
story that's adult oriented. Is that, did I hear that right?
Yeah,
So
that's what I
like the
heard.
Harley Quinn, right? Like, you know,
Yeah,
not
like-
for the kiddies.
I would assume swear words and everything.
One of those
Well,
things you never knew you wanted.
And it'll probably
Well, I mean,
be good. I mean,
if-
knowing how
I
they
mean,
do
a
these animated
stretchy
shows.
woman kind of writes the jokes for themselves. So almost
Right.
you have to make it like adult like. Even Plastic Man for adults, you know, would have been, you know, like, you know, whatever they do. But Plastic Woman, she can bend and contort in all kinds of different ways. And she has her own her own MyFans page, or what is that? OnlyFans page. or something.
OnlyFans, yeah, there you go.
Did you just
So,
mix
wow.
OnlyFans and MySpace together?
Yeah, man. Along with
the new
Friendster.
thing.
So I got
It's the
all
new
the
thing.
old social medias on there right there.
Get
And
with
then
it.
make sure you grab your music on BearShare and Napster. So number 2, Countdown presents the
Email.
search for Ray Palmer. Superwoman, Batwoman, number 1. Man, you guys are digging deep in the archives of this one. But all right, time for numero uno, and you would have never guessed this book.
So for number 1, we have Die Kamikaze number 1 from 1987. So the preview appearance of Speed Racer number 1 is a little out of place in a comic about giant robots, but the Demon on Wheels is still cool. Fans and collectors are actively picking this former $2 book up as news broke about a new Speed Racer TV series. With a storied history dating back to 1967, depicted in manga, TV, the big screen, and comics like this in the 80s, Speed Racer has a diverse and massive fan base across multiple generations searching for a fresh take on this high-octane series. Excitement has driven many in search of this small press book that can be had for substantially less than his first appearance in manga. Tracked 17 copies sold, 7-day trend of 380%, with a high sale of $30 for a raw copy.
That's crazy. You're telling me the first cameo of Speed Racer wasn't until 2007 in American comics?
1987.
Oh, okay. So the date, I have the date wrong. It's because it says 2007. So
No,
1997.
1987.
In 1987. Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, that still seems like it's pretty long. I mean, because, you know, the anime had been around since I want to say the 60s or 70s. I mean, it was like early anime. I mean, you know.
For sure.
Yeah. So
1967 is when Speed Racer came out.
yeah. So disregard the 2007. It came out in 1987. It's Die Kamikaze, DAI, Kamikaze number 1. 7-day trend at 380%, and it's sold for $30. So it was literally, I mean, for diehard Speed Racer fans that may have known about it, but I guess you know about it now. so Die Kamikaze number 1 coming in at number 1. We'll see if J.J. Abrams is like either you love him or you hate him. It's hit or miss, right? You know. Lens flare and all that stuff. I enjoyed the Star Trek films, so I'd be curious to see what J.J. Abrams does with Speed Racer. But I can only imagine the lens flare you'd use for that.
Oh,
since,
it's gonna
you know,
be. Look at that. It's gonna be.
He even admitted that he overdid the lens flare a little bit on one of the Star Trek films. He goes, "Yeah, I kind of went a little buck wild on the first Star Trek film with the lens flare, which introduced us to Thor, who was
right.
Captain Kirk's father. Remember that?
was,
he had that
yes,
little
he
thing,
was.
went down with a ship. So
Good
there you go, man.
pull.
You never know what you're
Wow,
gonna see,
look at
man.
that.
So there you go, throw little nuggets at
There
y'all,
are
man.
really 6 degrees of separation, isn't there?
Before
Wow.
that, he was only known as an Australian soap opera actor, and then they put him in that tiny little role. And Marvel said, "You're going to be Thor." He's like, "Sure, why not?" I mean, to the point where so quickly he didn't even have time to grow out his hair. He had a fake beard. He even dyed his eyebrows, but now it's like full on regular facial hair. So, Die Kamikaze number 1, boys and girls, is your number 1 book on the list. If you have it, show us proof of life, because we need to see it. Just like they showed us proof of life last week when we were asking for a book. Talking about you, King of Golden State. Man, any last words?
No, just check out the Comic-Con podcast, previous episodes, and then we'll drop a new episode this Friday as well on Spotify and Apple iTunes.
Everybody's asking for proof immediately.
Yeah, he just sent it to me. Of course.
Justin, any last words?
Yeah, check out. I got 3 shows running this week for Whatnot, Nemesis_Prime tomorrow. I got a cool buy it now sale with some gaming. Friday night Marvel stuff, Saturday night Star Wars stuff. So make sure you follow me
And
on Whatnot.
Ryan, any last words?
Thanks for joining, everybody. It was a fun night.
Yo, CG Design. I was just thinking about that earlier. I couldn't remember the name. Kimba the White Lion was an anime I watched in the first grade. It was on so early in the morning. Like I could watch it like for 15 minutes before school started. But look up Kimba the White Lion. That is one of the oldest animes ever, and one of the kind of interesting things that they never redone. But as a kid, I remember growing up on Kimba the White Lion. Wow. Thanks for the memory down.
I remember
memory lane,
Bubba
CG.
Lion.
I don't even know what that
The
is.
Wuzzles, remember that? The Wuzzles? Anyone?
No, sorry, don't do Wuzzles, man. But on that word, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you back Thursday for the Cover Price Shakers of the Week. Check out our episode Sunday. We're going to bring back a letters from the Long Box with Mikey Sutton. If you have a question for us for next Sunday, leave it in the comments section there. If not, we'll see you guys Thursday for the Shakers of the Week. Until next time, boys and girls, keep digging in them long boxes. Peace out.